This is a copy of the first edition of the Book of Mormon. I've had over 100 of these in my lifetime come through my hands. I've got 3 that I still own today. This one I've saved because it has handwriting that appears to be that of the prophet Joseph Smith. In fact, you can see his signature on this particular entry here on page 500, where he is referring to being the subject of a prophecy in Nephi. There are notes all through this in Joseph's handwriting, and it appears to be one other handwriting too that we haven't identified. But this particular edition of the Book of Mormon is unique from all the others because there were 5,000 copies. We know that they went to several printers trying to get it to be published. Finally, E.B. Grandin, who had turned it down originally, agreed to publish the book if he were paid $3,000 for the 5,000 copies. The first edition that has Joseph Smith as author and proprietor, which is a requirement in New York state law. There was no provision for a translator at the time. And so when the second edition was published in Kirtland, Ohio in 1837, those words were dropped because there was provision then for being a translator. First edition is unique in that it has a 2-page preface where Joseph Smith talks about losing the book of Lehi, the 116 pages, and how he wants them to be returned. And it's also unique that it has no verses in it. The verses weren't added until Orson Pratt in 1879, many years later. So the typesetting was taken from the longest run-on sentence, I like to say. No punctuation in the manuscript, no capitalization. It was written by the scribes as it fell from the lips of the prophet, as Oliver Cowdery put it. And there was a typesetter by the name of John Gilbert, not LDS, who did the best he could to put in periods, commas, capital letters, even chapters, many of which were changed in the 2,000 changes Joseph Smith made to put the meaning back into the phrases and the words later. The first edition pretty much wore out by 1837, and a second edition about half the size and about twice as rare, but less of interest because it's the second edition. But it should be more of interest because it's really the granddaddy of our Book of Mormon today, rather than this one, which they hurried to get out.